Well, me and my friend Thomas, we were playing on the snow-covered dock in Michigan, and he slipped off the pier and fell through the ice, and he couldn't get out or go anywhere. Well, in Weeblos, we learned, when we did the Aquanaut activity badge, we learned the reach, throw, row, go method, and I used that. I reached for him because he was not too far, but not close enough for him to actually get out of the water himself. So I had to think about what to do, and I reached in and pulled him out.
My Eagle Scout project, ironically, was a water safety program. Got a bunch of resources from the Coast Guard and went through the grade schools and taught the younger kids just about water safety rules and safe practices. Yeah, and that morning I was walking with my wife just on a regular Wednesday morning walk, time we try to set aside every week, and we came upon a canoe that was overturned. And initially it didn't look like it was any big deal, but after asking if they needed help and them not being able to respond and answer the question, we knew that they were in trouble. And so, yeah, it was just, I was there and they were in need, and I was trained for it. I realized I was trained for it 20 years ago, but it all came back to me.
Well, Tom said with his scouting background, his first response was to call 911, and so I called 911 as he got into the river that day.
One of the things you learn in water safety is to protect yourself when you're trying to help other people in the water, and I was able to go in because I knew she was on shore and she wasn't going to let anything happen to me. As a scout, I had the training to do what I did there that day, and just by applying those things, I didn't feel like a hero necessarily, but you know, I felt really good that I had participated and gotten all of that training and was able to help.
The Scouts have been coming to one of our community learning centers, the Bell Community Learning Center in Lisle, and doing badge work and projects and different things with the individuals that attend that program.
With our traditional aged youth, it allows for them to have a scouting program. With the Alhambra units and the non-traditional age scouts, they don't have a lot of social outlets, and so for most of the events, this is their social program for the year. And when you give them a Pinewood Derby car or a present at Christmas, that's the object that sits on their dresser because it's one of their very few prized possessions. And while you may think it's only a little bit of your time for one day, for them, it's a big deal.
It's been a very beneficial program, I think, for both sides. The individuals there are learning some basic life skills, such as self-esteem, working within a group, team building, those kinds of things with the scout groups.
The scouts and leaders that volunteer and help are also getting something out of this. They're getting the enjoyment of helping somebody and showing, care and compassion to other individuals.
Vince, do you know what the Cub Scout motto is? Do your best. Excellent. You guys remember that? Do your best.
I can definitely see that the individuals love the people coming in. They've formed very strong bonds with those people. In fact, I know a couple of our individuals that attended that community learning center are now attending a different community learning center where there isn't a scouting program going on, and they really miss it very, very much.
The traditional scout units and the younger boys and kids, you watch them and they go out and they're reaching their hand out towards somebody with disabilities, and they're not concerned because they look different, walk different, act different, and they're just out there. And I know we've touched thousands of kids' lives, and on both sides, with disabilities and without disabilities in the scout program, and I think that speaks volumes.
When we first heard of Hurricane Katrina, we didn't know, the extent of what the damage was. And we had a meeting the next Monday, and we said, what can we do to help this? When we first got down to Hurricane Katrina, it just looked like a nuclear holocaust. And we were given a location to camp, and it was a grassy area with some trees. And behind it was this huge, devastated area just filled with debris. And we were told that the place we were camping was where children would wait for their school buses, and that giant field of debris had been their middle school. We were mostly working for large groups of people. We cooked over 5,000 meals. We helped assemble a new staging area for animal rescue efforts in New Orleans. We cooked for a banquet of 200 homeless military families and displaced foster children. I need you guys to go to bed tonight as Boy Scouts, but I need you to wake up as heroes, because that's what it's going to take to get this stuff done. And that's what the boys did. When we responded to Hurricane Ike, our projects were more aimed towards helping individuals, and then we got more involved with individual case histories, and it really took a major event down to real human terms, and we really felt connected to those people. If we had come down and just done nothing, it would have made an impact, because just the idea that a group of Boy Scouts would travel 1,000 miles to come and help them really lifted their spirits, because at that point the media had pretty much moved on to other stories and they felt somewhat abandoned. You know, every troop meeting we start out by saying the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, and it's easy for them just to recite that as words, but when they do some project like responding to Hurricane Katrina or Hurricane Ike, you really put those words into action, and they mean more than just something that you recite at the beginning of a meeting. And to help other people at all times were words that they lived every minute of every day that they were down there. The boys just did an incredible job, and I've never been prouder of my scouts. We can climb mountains, we can paddle rivers, we can do all those things in high adventure, but this type of service adventure was something that went beyond those things. And it wasn't just them overcoming a challenge and achieving something, it was them going out and really having an effect on other people's lives and really doing good.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a hero. I mean, well, I think a hero is a person that risks their lives or gives their lives to save other people. I'd say probably we just good citizens.